Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa and welcome back to OverAnalyzed. It feels like an absolute age since I actually made one of these OverAnalyzed videos. I think it's been about 2 weeks, has it? I don't know. Just blame the fact that I've been travelling to Gamescom and the World Cup and all of that stuff. Anyway, what we're going to do today is take a look at the brand new ROADHOG. And this is a bit of a public service announcement. All of the submissions for OverAnalyzed are now gone. I will delete the entire email folder. There are literally 20,000 emails in there. It's pretty ridiculous. You have to send clips in now from Season 6 onwards because the game has changed. And when the Mercy changes come in with the Diva changes, all of the clips that I've been sent since then will be kind of defunct because we've got to stay relevant. We've got to stay up until like on the recent patch of the game. We can't go back in time and do old videos. So I'm only accepting new videos from this point onwards. Follow the instructions that have been on the screen, guys, if you would like to send stuff into OverAnalyzed. Okay, and actually, one little thing as well, please put in the title if it is PC or console, and put that as the very first line. So, like, do console dash whatever, or PC dash whatever, because I want to try and get some more console games into this. But obviously, most of the clips I get sent in are PC based. But anyway, let's get stuck into this, guys. This is going to be the brand new ROADHOG. This is a 2,750 rated player after placements. The reason why he's got no rank at the bottom is because, well, this is placement games. So this is basically a mid-platinum player. So I think this should be quite representative of most HOG players out there. The key thing to remember with this new HOG is he is not a flank machine. He needs to stay with the team, and he needs to do exactly what you have just done there. This Winston is hilariously out of position. Like, I have no idea what he was doing there. You have massively punished him with a hook. Excuse me. What was that? Were you really aiming for? Anyway, I'll take it. That was a beautiful hook as well. I'm going to say that's kind of luck there. That's not really that wasn't really intended. Also, voice chat as well. Let me just pause this because I don't want to talk over all. Well, I am going to talk over the guys talking, but this is very nice to see. Always talk to your team. Don't be toxic. Don't be aggressive. Just be like, guys, I've got a pick. Guys, let's go left. Guys, let's go right. Just basic instruction, and it'll help you. And of course, like I said before, there's no rank here because well, these are placement games. So let's get stuck back into this. Oh baby, it looks like you're doing what I would expect a new HOG to do. You're staying with the team. You're hooking them in. Basically, the way to look at this new HOG is he's the guy who walks around with the team and pulls people into the core of the team to be absolutely annihilated. And in terms of like what attack to use, yes, use primary fire when you're close range, use alternate fire when they're sort of at medium range, but most of the time you're going to be hooking people in and just primary firing into them because ROADHOG still does a decent amount of damage, as you can see, like to large targets like Winston. Like, Winston will never beat a ROADHOG. Like, ROADHOG can just own Winston. So if they are running Winston, which this team were, and this Winston was slightly mental, you punished him extremely hard. But what I like what you're doing here is you're not going off on mad flanks. You're not going off solo HOG. You are playing this new HOG to his strengths. And I've got to say, guys, I think this new HOG is frigging awesome. I think he's really, really good. In a lot of the games I've played against him, and this is in GM level games in Season 6, he's just like, you basically don't shoot him. Like, if I'm playing Soldier, I just ignore him. Because if you shoot him, it's pointless because he runs away and heals. Like, you literally do nothing to the guy. So he's kind of a tank in that way. But just his sheer power to deny positioning is so good. Like, this little flank here, it's not too bad, but look at what's happening with your team, right? This is actually, we've got to pause this because this is like overextension, and luckily, because the new HOG can move when he uses that is the worst arrow I have ever drawn. I don't know why there we go. When he uses take a breather, obviously HOG can move now, but what I was more interested in, what was going on up on the kill feed. You'd lost a couple of guys. You cannot attack into this final point when you've lost a couple of guys. You just can't do it. You need the entire team there to just kill the enemy. You have to wipe them off the point. So for you pushing in there and doing a little bit of damage, it really wasn't worth it because all you were doing there is maybe you're going to die or you're just going to give them ultimate charge. And that's not what you want to do. In Overwatch, you always have to avoid giving the enemy ultimate charge because that is, like, honestly, probably the worst thing you can do. But apart from dying straight away at the start of a fight. Okay, so now we've got a whole HOG. What we need to do is get together, like, that May is kind of out of position. Didn't manage to put... Well, I mean, you did as much as you could do to her, so that was fine. We got the wall out of it, which is good. This is not good, though. We don't really want to get froze by May. Oh, okay. But that shows you the power there. This HOG, you can just walk away. I think your Reinhardt's dead, though. Oh, no, he's lucky. You can just walk away. Oh, dear. That was insane, gamer. Insane, gamer. Watch the Reinhardt.
May's down.
Oh, I think I went back. Watch the Reinhardt here. Insane gamer. Look at this. Look at him. Did you see him? What a hero. What an absolute hero. That Reinhardt just saved the team. Oh, that is amazing. All right. They're Hanzo ulting us. We don't care. We're just going to run in. You can actually stand in the Hanzo ult and use your take a breather. I wouldn't do that on purpose, but if it's coming through you, you can take a breather and get away from it. Same like Tac Visor gets pumped into you, just take a breather. Diva Bomb, take a breather. It won't kill you. Literally just tank the bomb. It's so crazy. Alright, this is looking quite good actually. We've still got our ultimate though. Just pop the ulti. Pop the ulti. Whole hog, man. Whole hog, baby. Why are we not whole hogging? Alright, that was good. What I would have done though is as soon as they rezzed, I'd have popped whole hog just to pump damage back into them. That's kind of like a little like alarm would go off in my head like, oh yeah, they've used that, let's go. Admittedly, your team are just destroying them. Your soldier's doing tons of work. Junkrat's doing tons of work with his OP, Riptire. And here we go, take a breather. Alright, no, not take a breather, whole hog. So that was pretty good. But that was pretty good. There were some little things which were like iffy. But on the whole, you stayed with the team. That's what we need to do with this new ROADHOG. Don't go away on your own. Try not to push in when it's quite clear you can't win the fight. But I think what happened is that you probably never realised you'd lost the players, or you kind of get caught up in the bloodlust and you're like, okay, I'm just going to go in. And it's like, maybe you kind of shouldn't. Also, as well, I'm looking at your FPS. And this is kind of like a general tip for PC players. That's not the right thing. This here, your FPS is at 90. Maybe it's capped at 100 FPS. Basically what you want to do is push as much FPS as you can, and if that means reducing the render scale to like 75% in the game and having everything on low, then do it, because the higher your FPS, the better it will generally be. But if you're a PC player, what you need to do is make sure your FPS is above the refresh rate of your monitor.
This is really weird to me, because
I have a 144 Hz monitor. That means I always need over 144 FPS, but I want to try and cap out at 300. That's why I run at 75% render scale. Now I know this might be like, what the hell are you talking about, Sty? But the faster your FPS is, the smoother it will be. And at 75% render scale, you have less what is known as input lag. So you kind of can react a little bit faster. Now we're talking like milliseconds of reaction time, so it won't make a difference a lot of the time, but every little helps, right? Anyway, also your crosshair. In fact, you know what? I just want to pause this because there's a very interesting little tip with the ROADHOG crosshair. So this ROADHOG crosshair here, it isn't too bad, right? I'm not really sure why you've got these lines here, or maybe I do know why you've got these lines here. Maybe not the ones up and down, but on the side, right? Let's go over here. Let's say this is my ROADHOG crosshair, right? It wouldn't be this big, but just for argument's sake, just for illustrative purposes, ladies and gentlemen. If I line up a target on the outside, yeah, so either there or there, and right click, yeah, my right click might hit them. This is kind of like an advanced ROADHOG sort of crosshair, I guess, in a way, where you kind of like... I'm not really explaining this very well, so just forget about that. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the worst explanation ever. But basically what I'm saying is when you fire your alternate fight, when you've got a larger crosshair like this, instead of lining up in the center, line up on the edge and then fire. And because of the travel time, provided you're within like 10 or 15 meters of the target, you will be more accurate with ROADHOG. That's kind of what I was trying to explain, but it was a bad explanation. So it doesn't matter if you guys ignore that. I mean, I probably will ignore that as well. It was a terrible explanation. Anyway, so what we're looking to do now with this ROADHOG is... we don't want to get caught out of position because we still kind of are a little bit of an ultimate battery for the enemy team. Not as much as we were before, because we can use take a breather and then just sort of walk away. So we are very tanky. Like ROADHOG is extremely tanky. And the reason why you're not as much as an ultimate battery as you were before is when you use take a breather, you have 50% damage reduction. So this is why you can tank a lot of ultimates like Diva Bomb with it and stuff like that. I mean, you can literally park your fat ass in front of Diva Bomb, take a breather, and just absorb the frontal blast of the bomb if you're feeling absolutely heroic. There are a lot of ridiculous things you can do with this ROADHOG, but his playstyle is definitely changed to that of a tank. Like this play here is going to work out because that Winston is discorded and dead. So that was actually quite good. But this here is, I wouldn't advise this play. Like, I just want to pause this. And, like, you can see where your teammates are. It's pointless me drawing on the screen. You really overextended there. If the whole enemy team pushed that way, you would be dead. You cannot do that. Remember, you are a tank. You are not just this flanking DPS now. It worked out for you because you had the Discord orb from Zen, and we managed to get the kill. But that is very risky play. Like, you could die there, and then what would your team do? Probably going to be a problem. All right, so... just sort of firing around, just doing ROADHOG stuff. Like, I really don't like this positioning we're in here, because we're thinking we're like old ROADHOG here, like we're just going to get somebody as they come through. Look at the kill feed, right? We've killed enough of them that it really doesn't matter now. We just leave them, it don't matter. ROADHOG should not be pushing out to try and secure these kills, because you really don't want to die. Yeah, you did almost get her, but this is where we're going to have a problem. Look at your team are backing you up. Like, what the problem with this monkey? He's diving in just on his own. He's not actually going in with his team. That's his problem, and he died there because, well. Also, they're pushing into this small area against you, and your whole team's there. So, like this, right here is where you want to be. This is exactly where you want to be with this hog. You want to be in the core of the team because you are so hard to get rid of. If they dive on top of you with a Winston, you can hook him and just destroy him. Like, ROADHOG is the anti-dive tank. He is massively powerful. If they're running like dive, who cares? You just play ROADHOG and you just kill them. It's so great. This I'm not too hot with, this pushing forward down here. Like, who cares? We're not going to be able to kill the Orisa there. We've got to be careful as well. It looks like we've got a Farah behind us, so we don't really... Alright, that was... Like, that's a mechanical problem. You need to get better with your hook accuracy. That was just like... You wasn't even aiming at the target and you threw the hook into the floor. And then you take the 8-second cooldown, which is not great. And we're out of position. Take a breather and run away.
I've had it. Good. Good fist going outside.
So you did kind of highlight how durable this tank is, but... And also, you're an extremely good counter to Doomfist. So the enemy team, in a way, are really playing into your hands here. We've got a Winston, we've got a Doomfist. Like, they couldn't really do anything more to sort of make your life easier, apart from, like, not shoot you or whatever the hell they're doing. But your hook accuracy is pretty bad. But what you're tending to do is go for these massive, like, Hail Mary hooks. Like, yes, I'm going to hook this Farah out of the sky, which is, like, one of the most difficult targets to hook. This is where we've got a problem here, yeah. We don't... Like, you just basically took damage there and gave that soldier ultimate charge. There was no reason to go out there. You should have just stayed. That's not a bad hook. We don't obviously want to fight him. That's a good whole hog as well. Because it's just sort of a... Like, a whole hog is... Like... It's like the personification of ROADHOG, really. Especially this new ROADHOG. Because ROADHOG's all about area control. He's a tank that denies the enemy positioning. A whole hog pushes everybody away. Yeah, it will do extreme damage to people at point blank range. If Zarya uses a graviton and you just walk up to them with whole hog, you will absolutely annihilate them. But most of the time, it just pushes people all over the place. So why it's a very good ultimate on this point as well, because it's very enclosed. Once they get onto the point, you can just hit them all with whole hog. Anyway, what the hell are we doing here? What are we trying to do? Like, this is the sort of thing that kind of triggers me a little bit, because this is cheeky play. Look at the time. There's 1 minute. There's 1 minute and 11 left on the enemy attack here. So you've decided to come here for a cheeky hook. Why? Because we're basically just saying, oh, maybe they dive me and I die. We should get right back to the point and wait. There is literally a minute to go. They are going to use ultimates on this push. Your Reaper's gone huge, though, whatever the hell he's just done. He's just killed basically 2 of them. So this push is over. They've still got another push, though. In fact, that Reaper's gone really huge. So, let me just pause this again, because what we've got to think now is what do we want to do? Like, what are we doing? Why are we going forward? Like, we should be coming back and getting ready for the next attack.
It's late. That's my excuse for being bad is that it's late.
Alright, so I don't know what that Genji was doing. Way out of position. This is actually really good for us because we've staggered them quite heavily. So basically, they've got 1 attack here. But Widow's just killed your Zen, which is kind of bad. And what I would do is, you see this person here, I'd report him because he's an idiot. There's no need for this language in the game, just report him. Also, you've just lost your Zen, and I don't know if he's got his ultimate up. He probably does, but this is a problem I see with a lot of lower level players. Well, I don't mean lower level players. That sounds like I'm being a bit of a dickhead. I don't mean that. I just mean players that are not higher up in the ladder. You've got to use all of the information that you've got available to you. You should always be pressing tab when nothing is happening, going, okay, what ultimates do we have? Like, you're doing it now. So we know we've got a Zen ult, we've got Soldier ult, I think, but Soldier's just died. Because then we can work out plans and we can say, guys,
they're going lower, all going lower.
This is getting dangerous now, okay. Gonna need some huge plays. It looks like your Reinhardt. Did you just
kill that Ryan?
Go, there's his Earth Shatter's just come in. Junkrat's killed. Oh god. This Zen's played really well on your team, and so's the Reaper as well. But this is like, yeah, he's just given up. This is like the place ROADHOG needs to be. He's this massive like pillar of the defensive position. Oh, we've almost got Riptide. I've been playing too much Junkrat. Nice hook, nice hook. That was a nice hook. And also, that was a pretty nice use of the hog ult, but you did get interrupted. It's like,
There we go.
all right, that was nice. So what I'm going to say here is this ROADHOG is you played him quite well. There were moments where you were in iffy positions where as you go up through the ladder, and don't be like, oh God, Sty, why are you saying lower level players? Because I don't mean that. What I'm saying there is just like you're in Platinum Division, like, and I'm in like a different division. But what this gives me it gives me the experience of, I know what it's like as you go through the tiers, and sometimes you were in positions there which were a little bit far too forward. If the enemy push quick, they will kill you fast, and that will happen. So your hog play seems really good to me. Your hook accuracy needs working on, and if you can work on that positioning, sort of stay with the team a little bit more and try and be a little bit more clever and think, where is the enemy going to attack? Well, they need to come onto the point on horizon. So if I wait on the point, or if I wait in a nice safe position where they can't just wipe me out, then I'm going to be more effective. Because if you start thinking like that, you will then avoid being killed, because the worst thing you can do in this game is die at the start of a fight. That is just horrifically bad, and it means that, well, your team will probably lose, especially if you are somebody like a tank. I mean, really, nobody should die at the start of a fight, so you gotta kind of like play to keep yourself sort of in the game. But I think you're a good player, and I think you can honestly, like, I don't see no reason why you can't get into Diamond, and then getting from Diamond into Master is just going to be a case of working on your mechanical accuracy with the hook, and maybe with the alternate fire as well. Guys, I've been Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost, and this has been the return of OverAnalyzed. I hope you enjoyed this look at the new hog. It's still a learning process for me as well, I think, but this hog is definitely very, very fun to play, and he's very effective as well. He's got a totally different role, but I think he's awesome. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And also, if you're a hog main, let me know. If you've got any tips, put them in the comments below. And if you'd like to send a video in for consideration to appear on this series, then do follow the instructions that have been on the screen. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.